in Massachusetts. Do you hear us? Am I on? I'm on. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. It's such an honor and pleasure to celebrate this crucial healthcare event with all of you. It is my distinct pleasure to co-host this wonderful event with my buddy, Dr. Rizkallah. Can we give him a round of applause before we start?
Do I have to put this down to co-host? I really don't want to do that.
Well, I am going to have to introduce you folks formally to Dr. Rizkallah.
Can I just put this over there and then go back and forth?
You could if you really want to, Dr.
Could somebody be responsible to keeping it full? No. It's staying right there. Okay, introduce me, but do me a favor. Be nice.
It's going to be tough, Mo.
Be nice.
It's going to be tough.
Be nice, Abe. I'm going to be introducing Abe, so be nice.
I hope he returns the favor. All right, this is the formal part. I promise. It's the only serious part, and the rest of it's going to be all fun.
It doesn't have to be serious.
All right, then I'm just going to tell jokes the whole entire time.
Okay.
Dr. Rizkallah has earned a degree in biology, a doctorate degree in dental surgery, and a master's degree in biomaterials. And guess what? He's valedictorian of everything he's ever studied. In 1990,
I'm an orthodontist as well.
Okay,
there you go. Why are you taking
I'm not sure what that's supposed to say.
Why are you?
He's an orthodontist.
Okay.
He was also president of his class for all 4 years. And also, he continues his leadership role, and that's very crucial in organized dentistry, to speak for his profession, as the president of the Medicaid Orthodontists of Massachusetts Association. This is the most critical part. We're all here for question 2. If you want to meet the author of question 2, this is Mo, my buddy. Welcome, Dr. Rizkallah, to your party.
That wasn't too painful. Thank you.
I tried.
Thank you for that. You can put as many degrees after someone's name as you want. But every person in this room that has a doctor before their name has servant after their name. That's what we are, all of us. We are professional servants. I'd like to introduce you to my buddy, Abe Abdul.
Uh-oh.
This is a special guy. He has a couple of degrees. He has a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering and biology. He has a doctorate in dental medicine. He has a master's degree in business administration. And he has a long list of very impressive fellowships. And if you've ever gotten an email from him, the letters after his name are so confusing. You're like, where is the email? Like, is that, like, there's just too many letters here. Is that the body of the email? No, those are just the letters after his name. Abe is also currently the vice president of the Massachusetts Society, the Massachusetts Dental Society, and is the incoming president also of the Massachusetts Dental Society. A round of applause for my buddy, Abe Abdul.
So I think at this point, it's important that you folks hear the story of question 2. Why are we here? What is it that led my buddy Mo to innovate and ameliorate the deficiencies in our society? So Mo, will you tell the story, please?
Yeah, sure. I was sick of it. I was just frustrated, as just about every doctor in this room was frustrated. So you've heard the quote, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. That's a quote from Einstein. And in this country, dental societies across this country have been trying to subdue dental insurance companies with legislation over and over, failing over and over. In this state, in 2015 and in 2019, the Massachusetts Dental Society tried to make a medical loss ratio similar to this ballot measure. And in 2015, didn't make it out of committee. Was not even voted on. They made a wonderful law, wasn't even voted on. They then watered it down, and they tried to make something akin to this ballot question in 2019. Again, never made it out of committee. Why? Because dental insurance companies have a lot of extra money, a lot of surplus, and they can pay their lobbyists to keep these laws from ever getting out of committee and stopping these consumer protection laws from ever taking effect. So back to that quote. If they keep doing this in every state over and over again, what do we do as practitioners? Wait for them to one day it makes it out of committee? No, that's insanity. The only way to make this work, and in my interpretation of it, was to sidestep the lobbyists, take it out of the legislature, and take it directly to the people. That's question 2. So that's the why.
Well, now everybody knows the story, Mo.
Okay, I'm going back to my drink. Am I needed anymore?
Just for a few minutes.
Okay, all right.
So the reason why I decided to join Mo's venture is simply I've been a dentist for over 20 years. I've been a Medicaid provider, and I realize how important it is that people receive proper health care. When people put in money, and when dentists all across our Commonwealth are doing their best to provide dental care to the needy, to the handicapped, to the disabled, fairness and equity is a prudent part in healthcare in order for us to do our jobs. No matter how talented we are, orthodontists, endo, or otherwise, if there is no health equity, it's difficult, if not impossible, to provide healthcare. That's my simple story. And without further ado, I'd like Dr. Mo to take on the next part. Invite some of the true players.
You missed a part.
Uh-oh.
You missed a part. How much have you been drinking?
A little bit. A little bit.
He actually doesn't even drink.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you were supposed to ask me. You were supposed to ask me, how hard is it?
How hard is it, Mo?
To get a question on the ballot.
To get a question on the ballot.
To get a question on the ballot. Yes, yes.
How hard is it, Mo?
So it's very hard. Actually, this is important that you understand this because it's going to set the structure for the credits that we need to provide tonight, okay? How hard is it to get a question on the ballot? Let me give you a perspective. I prepared for this because you were supposed to ask me that.
Sure.
Let me give you a perspective. Look at that. Who hooked me up with that? That is great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Here's a perspective. Tonight, there were 33 applications for ballot measures for tonight. 33. But there are only 4 ballots tonight that are being voted on. That's a perspective. Let me tell you how it breaks down. There are basically 3 hurdles that a ballot has to get over in order to be here tonight. Never mind the money, okay? The first hurdle is you need to write a law that is constitutional. And if you think that that's easy, you're wrong. That is not easy, okay? And I'm going to be giving credits to people who were involved in writing that law. But in order for you to really understand the credit, you need to know that those 33 ballot measures that actually applied were well-written measures, but they were not perfect, okay? Half of them were eliminated because they had imperfections. They were not constitutional. So when the attorneys that walk up here later on tonight and we give credit to, when they walk up here, make sure you give them a real round of applause because those are the people who got us through step 1. Step 2. After you are identified as being constitutional, you got to go and get 83,000 signatures just for round one. And that's not just 83,000 signatures of anybody who walks around. That's 83,000 signatures of people who are registered voters. No simple task. Oh, and if there's a stray mark on the page, that gets eliminated. There are so many things. You don't need just 83,000 signatures. Okay, that's just round one. And in round two, you need 13,000 additional signatures. And we'll be giving credit to the signature gatherers tonight. And then you've got this ballot that you look at and you say, we've done it. We are officially going to get on the ballot, but wait. Every ballot measure, so the 83,000 signatures knocked out almost everybody else and left a handful, okay? Just a handful. Out of the 31, a handful left, okay? And those handful, you might think, would say, hey, we're going to be on the ballot on November 8th, 2022. Not true. Because you're all going to get sued. And that's what happened. Then you enter the litigation stage, okay? And the litigation stage goes like this. It's not slow to the litigation. It's not like you go and you go to a judge and you say, Judge, what are we doing? No, it's immediately, you go right to the Supreme Judicial Court of this state, the highest court in the state, 7 justices. Look at the case. They say, because we're on a timeline, we've got to give this thing the go-ahead or the nix for November 8th, okay? So they sue and they say, this is wrong with the law, this is wrong with the law, this is wrong with the law. And guess what the dental ballot did? The dental ballot met the constitutional step 1, it met the signature step 2, and it beat them at the Supreme Judicial Court step 3. We are sitting here tonight, November 8th. Pinch me.
How'd that feel? How does that feel? That's what I'm talking about. Real, this is real. What we are doing tonight, it's a big deal. We are changing the country, not just the state. Okay, I answered the question you were supposed to ask me. Now, perfect. This is it.
Now. I need to start giving some credits. And what I'd like to do is I would like to introduce you to the signature team. I told you we needed 83,000 signatures for round 1 and 13,000 for round 2. I want you to know when we figured out, I looked at the price tag to get 83,000 signatures. Give me some guesses. What do you think that cost?
We got 100,000 on the right. 500.
Greg, great to see you. You're right. 83,000 signatures cost $500,000. I'd like you to meet the guy who charged us that. There he is. Harold, come on up here.